About 3 years ago, we had the idea of putting this tour together to do this Album One Alive tour, but honestly, I really wasn't sure how well it would work. And, you know, it'd been a long, long time since we'd done it. So I called up about 6 or 7 promoters that I know back in the US, and I said, what do you think? Do you think that this will work after all these years? And they all, well, that's what they said. Until I got to the last guy. And he said, well, okay, so you're gonna do this whole record, right? I said, yep. He says, but you're gonna do it just like it is on the album, from beginning to end, same running order that is on the album, right? And I said, no. And he says, but you have to. And I said, no, I don't. And he says, yes, you do. And I said, no, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. This goes on for 10 minutes. So he says, all right, let me give you something maybe you can understand. He says, somehow, some way, a miracle happens and Led Zeppelin gets back together. And they're going to do Zeppelin 4 in its entirety. Are they going to start with Stairway to Heaven? I said, all right, you got me by the balls there. We're going to do it the way you want it, because we are B.